Assalamu alaikum, my dear students. I hope all of you are fine and doing well. So the topic here we will discuss today it is the petroleum industry. So when we talk about the petroleum industry, it is having the petroleum fuels. Here, the petroleum fuels for what purpose they can be used? It should be ignite and burn easily, and it's going to release the high energy and the energy is complete for the different purposes. Now, what are basically the petroleum compounds that we can use or the petroleum fuels? We have a lot of its types. Number one, we have hydrocarbons. The compounds that contain carbon and hydrogen are known as basically hydrocarbons. They have volatility. Volatility means they can be easily converted into the vapors when they are kept in the open atmosphere. On the other hand, they have some type of impurities in it. Next, they are fuel microbes. They are octane. Octane mean they are having the carbon chain that is having 8 carbon atoms in it. We will talk about their volatility. The volatility means they can be converted into vapors easily and they are highly flammable. Flammability means they can easily catch the fire when they come in contact with the fire. So in petroleum industry, we will talk about all the petroleum fuels, that how do they produce the energy and how it is released and can be used for the different purposes. Basically, these all are the hydrocarbons. On the other hand, the first one is petroleum. Now, petroleum is also known as the crude oil, which is occurring as a brown to black flammable liquid. So, in this picture, you guys can see that this is the thick liquid which is black to brown in color, and this is basically known as the crude oil. And petroleum, it is basically a natural product that is present in nature, and it is basically found under the earth's crust. It is found under the earth crust, and it is basically trapped in the rocks. And the word petroleum here we have, it's basically meant as the rock oil. It is named as the rock oil, and it is the mixture of mainly different types of the hydrocarbons, and these hydrocarbons may be of three types. The first one type, they may be in the form of gaseous compounds, they may be in the form of liquid, as well as they may be in the present in the form of the solid hydrocarbons. Along with these hydrocarbons may have the water plus salt. So these are basically hydrocarbons that may be in the gaseous form, in the liquid form, or in the solid form, along with it having also some impurities like the earth particles. So this is the simple formation of the petroleum. On the other hand, when we talk about its density, it is lighter than water. Petroleum, it is lighter as compared to the waters. So that's why it is also insoluble in water. Petroleum, it is insoluble in water. Next, we have the origin of the petroleum. Now, what will be its origin? When we talk about its basically the petroleum that is formed by the decomposition of the dead plants as well as the animals that are buried under the earth crust, and they are buried under the earth crust almost millions of years ago. And when they are buried under the earth crust about millions of years ago, the living plants and animals that died in the seas as well. Their bodies just sank and buried under the earth crust and under the mud. And here the process of decomposition takes place. The process of decomposition takes place in the absence of one thing, which is air. Here, air is not present, and the pressure is very high, and the temperature is also very high. Both pressure and temperature are high, and due to some bacterial effects, it just changes into the dark brownish viscous compound, which is known as the crude oil. Now, where it just found, if we have a look on the composition of the earth crust, the first one layer we have, it is the earth crust. After the earth crust, here we have the shale, and after the shale we have some rocks that are known as imperious rocks, and after the imperious rock there is the gas, and after the gas here we have the petroleum. It's mean when we divide it into the layers, at the fifth one layer we have the petroleum, and after the petroleum we have the underground water, and last one is the imperious rock. So this is a simple occurrence of the petroleum where it just find, now being very lighter, it started to float on water, on the surface of the water. So this is the simple origin of the petroleum. We have at the end we have the crude oil and its definition. Basically, the crude oil, it is the raw natural resource that is extracted from the earth, and it is used to propel the vehicles, or it is used as a source of energy for the vehicles, and it is also used to heat the buildings. It is used to produce electricity, and it is also used to make the everyday products. And here this natural resource is basically a thick, dark, black to brown colored compound or the substance, and basically this is an organic compound, and it is also known as the hydrocarbon because it contains the carbon as well as the hydrogen in it. So the petroleum is basically extracted, or the crude oil is basically extracted from the earth crust by the process which is known as by making up the drilling holes, and after this it just passes out to the different type of process to convert it into the different fractions and the useful products and can be further used. So this was all about today's lecture. I hope you guys understand. And the next topic that we will discuss, it is the fractional distillation. This is the process of basically the refining of the crude oil or the petroleum products. For that time, you guys keep learning and have a good day.